What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about what and how high the Bitcoin price will go, and basically when and the time frame and all of that fun stuff. But first, basically, right now we can see it's at 7.7, right? It's fluctuating about $5, $10 to $20 at the moment, and currently it's off market hours because it's about almost 1 a.m. time in Texas in America. So that's about the timeline that they have of this now. The other thing is that basically the goal is if we can pass 7.9, that's currently where the resistance is. If we can pass 7.9, then you have a clear shot between 8.1 and 8.3. So once we pass $7,900, we can estimate that it'll go up to 8.1, 8.3. The probability is greater of it going above that than below. Obviously, then we can keep going up. The important thing right now with everything that's going on, which is a lot, is one, we have to be aware of how the pandemic affects the stock market, because there is a correlation between the stock market and crypto. The second thing that we need to be aware of is basically the happening May. Right now, I have it in my calendar as May 9th. That is the expected date. No one knows the expected complete hour and day and stuff like that. So it's around that time frame. So just put your calendar and be aware of that when is it happening should happen. And then that's gonna affect the price a huge ton. Usually with the happening, let's say you buy right now at 7.7 on the dot, then the happening, let's just expect a 300% return, which is what I'm expecting with it now, right? And people are saying 300% return, when it was at almost 11,000 again. Guess what? It's not at 11,000 anymore. It basically started, and a lot of people are also saying back in December of 2018 when it was 3,000. It's yeah, okay. We can't correlate the 3,000 to 11,000. That was almost a 400% return, right? Now, the price did drop. I was literally watching it live as it was dropping because I was texting a buddy of mine. I'm like, dude, do you see what's going on? The price literally went down to, it was around $4,000 or $5,000, around that price range. And I was like, holy crap. Ethereum ended up going down to $70, $80. And I'm just like, this is insane. So technically, if we were to base it off of that, right? If you would have bought in that night, I did buy some Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. Should have bought more Ethereum and less Bitcoin Cash. But if you were looking at that price at that point in time, you could almost have a 200% return right now, right? So if you were saying, okay, it's going to have a 300% return, you need to understand what are you suggesting it to. Are you suggesting it for the 3.4 in December? Are you suggesting it for the 4.5 in March last month? Or are you suggesting it for the 7.7 that we currently have right now? Or are you suggesting it on the price of the halving, which will be around 8 to 9, right? What price are you suggesting it's going to 3x, right? Because there's a huge difference between 3.4, because then the 3x is only around $10,000. Now, if you think the 4.5, the 3x is around 13 and a half. Now, if you're estimating this price, then you're looking at 22, 23, and if you're estimating the basic 9,000 and 8 to 9,000, which I believe the price will be at by May 9th, then great, you're looking at around 30,000, right? So just understand the dates that you have, because that is going to play a huge factor. Because if you think you're getting in right now and it's going to 3x, you're about in the average of what people think it's going to, right? A lot of people are saying oh yeah, May 9th, ooh, 180K easily. I'm like, it's literally in 12 days. It's 2 weeks away. How is that going to happen? That would be a 10x in 2 weeks. Actually, no, that would be a 20x in 2 weeks. Over that. People need to understand the date that they're justifying it. Honestly, 3 to 6x possible, 3 to 6 times possible of 4.5. From May 9th onward for the rest of 2020, 3 to 6 times possible, in my opinion, right? But that's at a price of 4.5. So if I use that price and I'm like, yeah, 3 times, that would be 13 and a half. If I say 3 to 6 times, that would be about 27. So between 13 and a half and 27,000, beating its all-time highs of 2017. But at the same time, it's not 180,000. 27 to 180,000 is insane. But now again, I would have made saying if I would have bought like just Bitcoin, if I would have bought all 3 of my Bitcoin at 4.5, I would basically 6 times my money. Did I do that? No, I didn't. I did dollar cost averaging. Currently, my dollar cost averaging at Bitcoin is 7.9. So I'm currently $200 below that since it just fell. Literally, like it's 60 cents away from 7.7. So it's at 7.9 right now, right? My Ethereum like dollar cost averaging is like 130, right? That's like way low. Ethereum has always been much better for me for some reason. My Bitcoin cash dollar averaging is like 280, right? I'm sinking on that one. So when you understand what that is, what price you're at, what price you want to be at, and what price you think it's going to get, but you have to understand the base price of it. So in my opinion, May 9th, we will be between $8,000 to $9,000. That's about, I would say, $400 away from where we're at right now to a possible, an extra 14, so another 1,800 on top, right? Between 8.1 and 9.5 is going to be the price. So will we increase from now until then? Yes. In my opinion, yes. Will we increase to 108,000? Hell no. Not possible. But understanding, right, this is the biggest important thing. When you buy in, remember where it is, because people are saying 3x, 10x. Yes, it's possible. It's possible, depending on what freaking price you bought in at. That is the most easiest thing to understand. For me, I think a 3 to 6 times x in the next year is possible, right? 3 to 6 times, right? Let's just say I put like my 3 Bitcoin and then it was at the price of 7.9. That would be 23 grand. Let's just say $23,000, right? Make it simple. $23,000 3 times, that would leave me with around 70,000, right? 75,000. 6 times, I would be at 150,000. So is it possible to turn 23 into 150? Yes, it's possible. Is it more likely for me to get a 3 to 4 times? Yes. Is 6 times on the higher end? Yes. Will I sell all of it as soon as I hit 3 times? No. Will I sell all of it by the time I hit 6 times? Also no. I will be splitting up, right? I will be selling 50% of what I own, so 1.5 Bitcoin or a little bit above that. And then from there on, at around 3 times profit, because that's not bad, right? That is not bad. Because if I put 23 grand into it, let's just make the math more simple. If I put $20,000 into it, and then it's $60,000, right? That total thing, then I sell half of that. Then I'm already 10 grand in profit, right? And then I can keep going on and on and on. That was my mistake last time in 2017 when I ended up turning like, I believe it was like $7,000 or $12,000 to like 140. And my dumbass didn't like cash all of it out, right? I'm like, oh, it's gonna keep going higher. Literally all I did is I did end up taking out like my initial input, and I did end up taking out 20 grand, but I did end up buying a Rolex Yachtmaster with that because I always wanted it. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wait for it to reach $1 million. If I would have pulled out, I would have had 100 grand extra, but I didn't, so that was my mistake. Now I know better and I can do better. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed this video, it was just a bunch of me knocking it into your brains, understanding of where you bought it and where you're planning on selling it, and if you can actually 3 to 6 times your money, because there's a huge difference, right? Because some people have already doubled their money. Some people have actually already tripled their money depending on when they bought. So understanding that is the most important thing. If you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a new video. Thank you so much for watching.